I'm going to tell you the top 8 ways to prove that you have been abducted by aliens. And don't worry, none of it involves butt stuff.
It's time for Mansplaining with Mr. Chaos.
God, this is terrible.
Woo! Whoa. Good day, good evening, good night. Hello, Master Chaos here, back with you once again. Again, drinking from my my Bigfoot cup. I'm a Bigfoot guy, right there. Straight black coffee because well, I'm off the sauce for a little bit after all the things that have happened to me. If you're just tuning in, I believe I have been abducted by aliens, but I'm trying to prove it in this episode. If you've missed the journey so far, I'm gonna provide a link for the playlist, and you can catch up. Can catch up real fast because my dingle dangle is tingling, and that means shit's about to go down, and I wouldn't want you to miss that. Not my dingle dangle, but the shit that's about to go down. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Long story. I'm gonna give you the top 8 ways to prove that you have been abducted by aliens, and perhaps if you're an abductee as well, this will help you. I am a pseudo abductee, I believe I am, but I'm going to figure it out today with your help as a viewer. Maybe we can help each other. So I'm going to refer to a video by Mr. Michael Scott. He's a paranormal researcher, and he's put together a video that he lists 5 ways in which an individual can decipher whether or not they have been abducted by aliens. Let's go to that now.
The first one is that they regularly experience sleep paralysis and hallucinations when awakening.
I was held down by these living sort of ribbons that came across me and tightened up around me and bound me down. And then, of course, the aliens filed into the room and levitated me and took me out of the room, and it was a very bizarre experience.
So these people experience sleep paralysis on a regular basis. When they wake up, they hear usually a buzzing sound or see a bright light. Sometimes they will feel like they're floating and feel like somebody is in the room with them. So people that have a history of being abducted by aliens also have a long history of having sleep paralysis.
Sleep paralysis, I will say that in the past week I have had issues with sleep paralysis to the point that I have wet the bed 3 times. Maybe that was a TMI, but my apologies. I've got to be honest with you. You know, we're in this together, right? We're on this journey together. You're on my team. I'm on your team. So, yes, I've wet the bed a couple times, and I do attribute that to sleep paralysis. So that would be a number 1 is already one off my checklist here. Let's see what number 2 is.
The second trait that they have is the tendency to recall false memories. Here's an example. During a study, the victims were asked to remember 2 words, let's say apple and banana. And then at the end of the session, they would ask, what were those 2 words I want you to remember? And instead of saying apple and banana, they would say strawberries and grapes or something like that. So what they concluded from the study is that alien abductee victims were more likely to have these false memories than people who didn't claim to be abducted by aliens.
False memories, that's a tricky one. I don't think I have any of that, at least not that I am aware of. Do you? Do you guys suffer from false memories? I don't. I don't necessarily fall into that bracket. So number 2 is a no for me. So I've only got the 1 so far. But so far, so good. I think if I maybe 3, then that's a good sign that yes. 5 out of 8. Let's go to number 3.
So trait number 3 is that abductee victims usually have a higher level of absorption. Absorption. Why does it sound weird when I say that word? So they say in this article that this trait is related to fantasy proneness, vivid imagery, and susceptibility to hypnosis and suggestion. And it's important to note that with alien abductee victims because a lot of them undergo hypnosis to recall the events that happened to them.
I reached for the string to pull the blinds down. I don't know what they want. I don't know. I don't know. There is somebody behind my head or something. And I am like just asking why. What are you doing? And I don't know what they want from me.
So, for some reason, these people that have had experiences are highly susceptible to being hypnotized, which could be another reason why they are chosen for an abduction. Because think about the people that are abducted. A lot of times they are almost in like a trance state. They can't move, they can't speak. So, when they're being abducted, is this some way that the aliens are kind of hypnotizing them into this trance state so that they, can't move or speak? I don't know.
A higher level of absorption. I don't know. I haven't. Oh, I have been putting on a bit of water weight, but I'm not sure if that's what exactly it means. No, that's a weird one to wrap my head around. A higher level of absorption. No, I'm gonna say no. That's a pass on me as well. So still only one for me on that one. Gosh, that's an interesting one. No, not for me. Number 4.
The number 4 trait is New Age beliefs. And they classify New Age beliefs as New Age ideas that encompass beliefs about alternative medicines and healing, astrology, and fortune telling. So basically, if you're more prone to believe in things like psychics or astrology, tarot card reading, stuff like that, usually that's a trait associated with people that have been abducted by aliens.
Well, that's a lock for me. I'm definitely a new ager. I would say that after some of the shit that I've seen, that I'll go into detail later on down the line. Some of the stuff I can't because of NDAs and all that good stuff. Hooray, government. And by the way, I know you're watching, Dave. You and your fucking little NSA hacks. Anyway, yes, I have plenty of New Age beliefs because I do believe that is the 100% the truth. Fuck you, Dave. Anyway, sorry guys, sorry to get off the tangent. I just remembered I really don't like this guy, Dave. And anyway, sorry. NDA. Number 5.
And the last trait is a familiarity. Why can't I say words? And the last trait is being familiar with the cultural narrative of alien abduction. So basically, you have an understanding of what alien abduction is. You have a firm understanding of UFOs and aliens and everything within that realm.
Well, I would say I am familiar with the culture of aliens. I mean, last week we had Alien Week, sort of ramping myself up for that raid on Area 51 that I decided to not do after some mysterious phone calls I received. If you watch the playlist, you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll catch up with the whole storyline going on right now. But I am very familiar with aliens. I do believe aliens are here. I do believe they are a part of this world. And they've been here for a very long time. So, I guess I'd call that number 3. But we're done with Michael's video, and I've only got 3 out of the 8. Where are we going to get the other 8? Well, I found an article online that sort of explains different things that we can call upon as signs that we've been abducted by aliens. Number 6 is going to be electronic equipment acts strangely around you. Now, this would, of course, mean that computers crash, lights flicker, things like that. And I have had that happen on multiple occasions, actually. And it has kind of weirded me out. I mean, I've never been the most tech-friendly guy, but 1 or 2 things I would always write off. But this is like a consistent kind of situation where I have actually gone through 4 microwaves in the past week. Number 7, you have a mysterious rash on your body or soreness or stiffness somewhere that you didn't have the day before. That is 100% me. I've been getting that around my neck lately. There's actually kind of a weird bump back there that I thought was part of my vertebra, but I don't know. It's a little odd. Almost like a piece of glass or a pebble or something, and I'm not sure if that's an implant, but that would make sense now. So we're at 5. That's 5 out of 8 so far. Let's go with the last one. Number 8, of course, ties into what I've just been talking about. You find new scars on your body and you have no idea how they got there. Now, I had mentioned the thing on my neck right here, and there does appear to be some kind of scarification, like a little raised welt type of thing. I'm actually going to go have my doctor take a look at that. And that's something that I will most likely do right now. I'm going to go, and then I will have to touch base with you next week and let you know what the doctor has found. But I think the next step for me, after getting 6 out of 8, is it? Yeah, 6 out of 8. I got 6 out of 8. That conclusively proves that I may have been abducted by aliens. So, my first step is I'm going to go to my doctor, figure out what this thing is on my neck, and then I'm going to grab my cameras, and I'm going to set up cameras all over my room, because my instinct is that if I leave them rolling for a couple nights, I may be able to catch whoever it is that has been bothering me. So, hopefully you'll join me next week. I wish you a